welcome back to Tigerchicksresinjungle. Okay, so today for my final Christmas video, I'm doing this reindeer. And I've decided I'm going to have him be a white reindeer with blue antlers. Thought that'd be really pretty, Christmassy, blue and white. So what I've decided is I'm going to use this mica diamond dust with some mother of pearl pearlizing powder. And then I'm going to use this blue glitter to put in his antlers. So I've been heating up my resin, which is now complete heated. So now I have to take it out of my Let's Resin warming machine. And I'm going to add it into a couple of cups. Should be a fairly simple project this week. I'll add my mica powders and my mother of pearl. I'll add my resin and my blue glitter, and we'll pour it into the deer, and we'll let them cure, and we'll see you on the flip side. So, let me get my resin out. I only made up 4 ounces of my resin, as I don't think the deer is going to take much. Of course, I could be wrong, in which case I'll be making up more resin, but we'll see. Alright, so I've got my resins. I'm going to mix them together. And I forgot to put on my mask. I'll get that on in a minute. Continue. My resin is nice and warm. Since this is a quick project, I am using just like a dust mask instead of my full face mask, so you can still hear me. So, let's see, I'm going to pour just a little bit into this cup, as I don't think I need that much for his antlers. And the rest of it, I'm going to pour into this cup. See how that does for now. Okay, I'll keep the rest of this over here for the moment. Going to do the antlers first. And actually, just to make sure that my glitter does not sink, I'm going to add 1 drop of glue after it's mixed. Let me get a mixing stick. There we go. I'm going to dump all this glitter in here, because I want it to be really glittery. Mixing this up. Now once I get it really well mixed, I'll add my 1 little drop of glue, and I'll pour it into his antlers, and we're going to hope that my little dam there works well. Okay, I'd say that's mixed well. Gonna add 1 drop of glue. And there we go. I don't want my glitter to sink. We're gonna mix that up really well. And it's getting nice and gloopy because of the glue. And it's nice and thick, glitter-wise. Okay, and just spritz this guy with some alcohol. Looks like my dam's holding. That's good. Oh, that's a bit much there at the moment. There we go. That's better. Alright, it's beginning to seep a little, tiny bit. Let's get this filled up as much as I can. That was an overfill. Oy vey. Look at that mess. Let's try and scoop some of that off of there. There we go. That was perfect. Okay, that looks pretty good. I do have some resin here seeping in to the front side of the deer because of my resin dam. Okay, okay, good enough. Now, I'm going to, ooh, wow, that was messy. Going to add some of this pearlizing powder in. Get that in there first. Get another stirring stick here. Get this mixed up. And my resin, my deer is gonna have a little bit of blue in his head, but that's okay. Okay. Now, take a big old heaping scoop of this. A couple actually, because I really want it glittery. Alright. See if we can't get this mixed in. I want more. More! Oh, that's pretty. Alright, let's add this a little spritz. I still have some resin there seeping into the head of the deer, but it's okay. Let's pour this way first. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. Definitely going to need more because there is not enough in here. Let's see, we'll pour the rest of this in there and see how we do. Where did my mother, there she is. Like, where did my mother of pearl go? Here she is. Give her a good thing. Pour a bunch of this diamond dust. There we go. Whoa, hello. See if we can get this mixed up. Get it poured in, and I think I'm going to have to mix up more. Alright, that looks pretty good. Definitely need more. Probably like an ounce. So I'm going to have to mix that up. And pour it into the reindeer here. I do have some blue left. Let's see, what can I do with that blue? Throw it into a cabochon mold. That works. Give it a spritz. Throw it into this heart. I think I've got enough to fill the heart. go. That looks perfect. There. Okay. Alright, now I've got to make up just a wee tad more for the reindeer here, so I'll clean up my stuff a little bit, I'll make up some more, and we'll be back. Alright. Hi, welcome back to Tigerchicksresinjungle. Okay, so I had some extra after we did the deer, and there's some extra that went into the antlers, but I got some little tiny extras to get rid of, so let's do that first. Got these little tiny koi fish. Look at, aren't they cute? Whoopsie. Look how tiny they are. They're super tiny. Alright, put you there. Alright. Got another little one. I don't know what I'll do with these, but I've gotten the spring. I'll use them for something, I'm sure. Have a plan. Alright, I had some extra, so I made some snowflakes. Got this snowflake. Oh, isn't that pretty? And we got this snowflake. Look at that. We got this snowflake. Isn't it cute? And last but not least, this snowflake. Look at that. Oh, so pretty. The color is just what I was looking for. And I had a bunch left over, so I made some butterflies, but there was a bunch of overspill in them, so they'll all need to be cleaned up first. So we'll do them later. I had some extra, so I made some pendants. This is only half a pendant, but ooh, isn't that pretty? I mixed in some blue into the white at the end, and look at the color of this. Isn't it beautiful? All right. So, oh, look at that. Looks like ice. Should have done that with a deer. If I had known that it would come out like that, I would have done that. Look at this one. Isn't it pretty? And this is what the antlers look like. Doesn't that look so pretty? Look at those. Okay, we'll put those on the side. I had enough to make some hugs, pocket hugs. This is where I threw the blue in, and I just kind of tossed it in, swirled it a little, and then just let it pour out. So it kind of did like a marbling thing, but didn't really. But it was cute. These are just pure white, like the deer is going to be. Look at that. And this one is too. Oh, isn't that pretty? So pretty. Okay. Now to the main event. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to have some cleanup on the tail here because there's an overpour right there. And I got to do, my little dam here needs to be cut off. So let's do that first before I do anything else, because I don't want to cut myself. So let me get my snippers, which are right here. Because the dam that I made up was made out of UV resin. So it was just a little extra. See if I can get this down a little bit more. Alright, that's a little better. Okay, good enough. At least it's not so high up. Okay, well, let's get this deer out of here and see what he looks like. It's going to be fun getting his legs out, I think. Alright. Try and do this. Ow, without cutting myself. Because we don't want to do that. There we go. That works. Now this one's going to be a little bit more difficult to pull out. There we go. Okay. And we got the head and the antlers. More antler stuff here. Let's see. These might be a little difficult to pull out. Oh, not as hard as I thought it would be. Okay. Oh. Ah, that helps. Pushing it down there. Because we do need to get this piece of the antler out, which is going to be the hard part. Okay, there we go. Got this part. Alright. Last hard part is this piece of the antler right here. There we go. Oops, and there goes my light. So hold on one second. Let's get this antler out. Oh, I can. Then I can plug my light back in. Okay, let's put her right there. I'll be right back. Let me pause you. Okay, I'm back. Fixed up my light. Let's get this cut off of this part of the deer here. And make it a little bit easier. And it's not that solid, so it's just a little excess. There we go. Alright. Okay. Seems good enough for now. Get a little bit more right there. There we go. Okay. You ready for the reveal? There's my mold. Let's see how the front side of her turned out. Ooh, pretty. Look at her. So pretty. I knew some of that bled into the deer's head, but that's okay. She's still gorgeous. Cut off that little piece there. Look at her. Isn't she beautiful? Simply beautiful. Alright, I got to do a little cleaning up on the antlers here. These are super thin. It's just a matter of sticking something in there. No, that's not going to work. This will work. Just to get this little bits off. There we go. Alright, that looks beautiful. I knew those blue antlers would look beautiful on a white deer. Doesn't she look gorgeous? Alright. Well, that's it for this week's video. And this was my final Christmas video of the year. Here are the other little bits and pieces that I did. Got some hearts. Move this way just a smidge. There we go. Alright. Hope you all had a wonderful holiday. Looking forward to the new year, so Happy New Year. And I want to thank you for all coming and enjoying my videos, for subscribing and commenting. And come back next week and we'll be doing something new. Alright. Bye.